Welcome to episode 3 of the Flutterscape tutorial. A really interesting mechanic in Flutterscape is the wall jump mechanic. That's what we're going to be doing today. So in here, I have a little texture in there with a space in the front. If you show the orientation indicator, this will show you where we're going to push our player. And then also in the workspace, I have a click sound, which will play whenever the player sticks onto there. So when you can add a folder, call it wall jumps, insert in there, close it all up, and go to start player, add a local script, call it wall jump. So in this script, we can define our player service, and in here we can also define our debris service, as well as our wall jump folder. So workspace, wait for child, wall jumps, and our local sound. So instance, or no, workspace, wait for child, click. And our first function being called get player from part, parameter being a part, type annotated as a part. Our local player will be equal to the players, get player from character part.parent. If the player exists, then we can return the player. After that we're done with that, we can start a function called wall jump, with it being the wall jump part and the other part. Let me capitalize this. Our local player will be equal to get player from part, the other part, and if we get a player, then we can define its character. Player.character. We can define its humanoid. So character, find versus child, humanoid. And we can also get its root part. And we need our raycast params. Our raycast params filter descendants indices will be equal to the wall jump. But make sure to put it in squiggly brackets so it's a table. And our filter type is going to be equal to our enum.raycast filter type dot include. Then we can actually raycast. So workspace, not wait for child, raycast, our origin being the root part dot position, our direction being the root part dot cframe dot look vector times 1.5, with our last parameter being the raycast params. If the ray hits something, and if it exists, then we can define our normal, not raycast params, just ray dot normal. If the normal is equal to the wall jump part dot cframe dot look vector, then we can change the character's orientation, part dot cframe times cframe dot angles, not new, dot angle 0 comma math dot rad 180 0, and then we can define our weld. So local weld equals instance dot new weld constraint, parented to the root part. Or weld dot part 0 will be equal to the wall jump part. The weld dot part 1 will be equal to the root part. And we can add this to the debris service. So debris add item weld, comma 1.5. After 1.8 seconds, the weld will destroy and will unstick from the wall. Also that, we can also play the sound. And then once our humanoid, get property change signal, jump. We're going to once this into a function. If the weld exists and the weld has a parent, Then we can destroy the weld, and we can apply body velocity. Instance.new body velocity, comma, we'll parent this to the root part, and our body velocity dot max force will be equal to vector3 dot new net and 1150,000 again. Once that's done, we can apply our velocity. So vector3, or no, our parentheses. So our root part dot c-frame. No, not a root part, our wall jump dot c-frame dot look vector plus vector3 dot new 0 comma 0 0.9 comma 0, and we're going to multiply this all by 60, and we can add this to the breeze service. Body velocity with a cooldown of 0.03 seconds, and one weld dot destroying, we can once this into a function, and our can stick. Oh, I never defined can stick. It will be equal to true. Our can stick will be go back to false. You can test that way, like 1.5 seconds, 0.5 seconds, and our can stick will be equal to true. Now we can loop through all the objects for wall jumps for index, comma wall jumps in pairs, wall jumps folder, get children, do. Whenever this wall jump is touched, we can connect this into a function with the parameter being the other part. If can't stick, then we can call the function with our wall jump part and the other part. Now this looks all finished, and hopefully this will work. You can play. There you go. It works. It holds this after 1.5 seconds. It stops. And we can wall jumps across platforms and other wall jumps. So we can just copy this, move it up. We can move across different platforms. And this all works pretty well. Thank you for watching episode 3. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in episode 4.